Hello guys, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to create a simple to-do list app. So at the end of the video, this is how our app will look like, and I can easily add a task like this and hide it. I can say go to gym, I can add it, and I can also say read a book, and I can add it, and also I can edit a task. And let's say I made a mistake here, this will be small letter A, and I press OK, and you can see it here. And I can also delete tags. So if you're excited to view this with me, so let's get started. Alright, so here are the files that we are starting with. The first thing is our HTML file that contains a simple input and also a button, and also contain an unordered list where our tags will be added to. So the next thing is our style.css. It's just a simple styling, and that's what gave what we have here, as you can see here. All right, so and our script is actually doing nothing because we only get hold of the DOM element that we'll be needing: the tax input, the add button, and the tax list. Right, so let's get started. The first thing we'll be doing, we'll be creating a function to enable us to add to the tax. So for us to be able to do this, the first thing, we need to get hold of the value in the tax input. So I'll be calling it the tax text. So it will be the tax input dot value. Then I want to trim it in case there are white spaces. All right, so then I will check if actually there's actually something written in the tax input, that is. Then if there's nothing written there, if it's an empty string, I just want to return the function, that is, the function to not do anything. But if there's something actually, then I want to create a list item, li, and I will do this by saying documents dot create element. So the element I will be creating is an list item element. So I want to say the list item dot inner HTML, that is the inner HTML. So I'll be using a template retrans. I'll be putting a span, and this span will be having a class, the class of tax text. Then I will give it, the value will be the tax text that we have. Then also inside I will be creating, let me bring it here, I'll be creating a button also. Let me correct this. All right, the button too, we have a class, and the class name will be the edit btn. That's the edit button, so it will have edit. Then I will also be creating the delete button. All right, so basically this is it. So after this has been done, then what I want to do is I want to add the list item into the tax list. I will say tax list dot append. So I'll append the list item. Let me format this. Yes, okay, then append the list item. And once this is done, then I want my tax input to be empty, that is, I don't want the value to remain there. So I'll just set it to an empty string like this. So whenever I click on save, then I will say my tax btn, I will say my add tax btn, that is, whenever I click on this button here, I want to run the function that I create. Then I'll be attaching an add event listener. My event listener will be click, then add tax. So once I save this and head over to my browser, if I say go to gym and I click on add, I don't know what's actually wrong, so let's check. All right, the mistake is coming from here. This area, I'm trying to press value, not Arial text, so I'll be saving this. So let's quickly go. So let me just say cook food and add, and you can see it has been added. You can say go to gym, it has been added. So now we cannot edit and we can't delete yet, so let's tackle that. So whenever a list item is created, I want to add, I will say list item dot query selector. I want to select the edit btn first, the edit button that is inside a list item. So I want to add event listener to the edit button. That is, whenever I click on the edit button, so what I want to do is this. So I'll be creating an anonymous function. I want to edit the tags. So I'll be creating this function. Then to edit a tags, you have to know which tags are you editing. So I put the tags, that is the list item. Then also I will be creating same thing for the delete button. Then, but here now I'm not editing, I want to remove the tag. So you can easily do that using the DOM, that is the list item dot remove function. The DOM provides this function to remove any element from the DOM. So we are not going to do it. So we are going to be creating only one function, which is the edit tags function. So let me quickly do that here. So we say edit tags function. It contains the tags, right? The tags element. So the tags element, right? So the first thing I will be holding is okay. I want to check the actual content, that is the tags text. So I'll be saying tags text should be equal to my tags element dot query selector. So I want to get hold of the tags text, which I have the class here, right? This span. So after getting hold of it, so the next thing I want to do it, I want to say edited tags, that is the edited tags. I want to show a prompt to appear. The prompt should be edit tags, then that's the message. Then the string, the value will be the tags input, sorry, the tags text rather, dot text content. All right, so now for me to save this, I'll first check we'll first check, okay, is the edited tags true? That is, does the user click OK or cancel? So if it is actually OK, then I want to say my tags input dot text content should now be equal to the edited tags. All right, so but if they did not click OK, it will just be like that. It will still remain what it is. So I think this is done. Let's go to our browser to check a look at it. So the first thing I'll say cook food. When I click on add, if I click on edit, you can see the prompt is here. I can, if I cancel, nothing will happen. But if I click edit and I say okay, no, I want to be specific, cook fries, and I click on OK, it still remains food. Let's see why it is not like that. Okay, the reason is because I made a mistake here. It should be tags text, not tags input, tags text dot text content. So let me save this and let's do it again. All right, edit. So I'll say cook rice and I click on OK. You can see it has changed already. So I can say go to gym, then I click on add. So I can edit this. I can edit this and click OK. I can delete a tags. I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you really do, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can also like, and I want to also see your comments. Just comment. I love you.